on the scene investigating that. We're also on the scene where the pursuit came to a culmination and taking care of that investigation. And then we're also waiting with the suspect to interview him. As you can imagine, the entire department is very heavily, I don't even know what to say. We're embedded in sorrow. Unfortunately for our department, this has happened way too often. When we talk about this young man, his wife, 2-year-old daughter, and the couple was expecting. His mother and his 4 brothers and sisters are who have to live with this, along with the members of his department who are out there serving with him today. We're going to do our very best to the most important thing at this point, and that's to make sure that we bring this suspect to justice and take good care of that family. I'm going to introduce my partner, RDA Jason Anderson, and then afterwards Jason and I will take some questions. Jason?
Good afternoon, Jason Anderson with the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office. Obviously this is a very sad but fluid situation. We've been monitoring information that we've gotten from the Sheriff's Department, other agencies that have been involved in this. We anticipate receiving reports very, very quickly within the next couple days. Obviously the status of the suspect will determine the timing of our filing of our charges, but clearly we're looking at this as a murder on a peace officer, which makes it a significant case. As the sheriff has indicated, there's a component perhaps of domestic violence too at the home. As you can imagine, it's so fresh that we're still trying to get details on that. But we will weigh all of the facts and the information that we have and move forward in terms of making a charging decision, likely within the next 2 days of this sad event occurring. We've been here at the hospital since about 1:30, and it just is unbelievable in terms of the emotions what this family is going through as this has developed on them. Our sympathies are with them. I have to say, though, that one of the most impressive things is that given such a fluid situation and so tragic, where so many different departments can come together and work very, very quickly and very, very closely to not only give information to the family to help them get towards closure, but to be able to make the appropriate professional decisions from the district attorney's standpoint, but also, more importantly, having open communication as it relates to all the investigations that will occur in this case. And that has to do with what happened in Rancho. It's what happened on the 210, fortunately with the suspect being taken into custody, and then over the next couple of days reviewing reports and moving forward, and obviously seeking justice on behalf of Deputy Nuñez and his family.
Thank you, Jason. Folks, we'll take questions. Go ahead. Well, Deputy Nuñez was a 6-year deputy. He had served the community here in Rancho Cucamonga. Wonderful father, wonderful deputy sheriff. I can tell you from seeing all of the long faces of his partners that this tragedy hits close to his personal family, obviously, and certainly to the greater Sheriff's Department family and all of his partners that knew him. It is a blessing today in that the response of our allied law enforcement agencies to come help us handle a situation of this size, one that actually turns into a pursuit as well. And I certainly hope for the family that we can provide some level of peace by making sure that the suspect is held to answer for this crime, and we'll all continue to move forward as a department.
Tell me about the mindset of deputies just responding to what, I know you say there's never just a routine call anymore, but these are the types of calls that your deputies respond to day in and day out, and now we're in a situation like this where the department's crushed and you're in there talking with the family losing another deputy.
So, Rob, that's a great question, and what was asked is when a deputy goes to these types of calls, what goes through their mind? And as you can all imagine, deputy sheriffs play these scenarios not only going through the academy, but also through our own minds about what we're going to do as we gain experience in those calls about how we handle them and handle them safely. The unknown here is the problem. You don't know where the suspect's at when you go on scene. You don't know the circumstances. And this is going to be one of those cases. you're getting what we call a domestic violence involving a man with a gun. We know we've got to get there, and I can tell you 100% that Deputy Nuñez wanted to make sure that he protect the public. That's get there, solve the problem. We never want to use or employ violence, but we have to be prepared for that. That's what goes through their minds while they're en route to calls like this, along with all their partners that are going to go back, the responding deputies.
Did he fire at all anywhere else during this? I saw him pulling out a gun on the freeway. Is there evidence of any other assaults?
What Rob is asking is whether or not there's any evidence of any other assaults. We do know from seeing the video that he did pull another firearm out. This is all still very preliminary as to whether or not he did assault anybody else. I can tell you, our off-duty narcotics officer, I'm very thankful for that he brought this to a close, because in addition to potentially assaulting others with a firearm, the speeds that were reached with that motorcycle, well, we got reports live from the helicopter were in excess of 150 and even close to sometimes almost 200 miles an hour. And if you can imagine what that could have done to just unsuspecting motorists on our freeway. I'm very thankful that we were able to take him into custody, and fortunately nobody outside of Deputy Nuñez was hurt, but our hearts are heavy right now, and you all know I've stood right here in the same place and talked to you many times in similar circumstances, and you know, as a sheriff, you just don't know what to say to stand people up. You don't know what to say, and you're expected to know the magic words. And the only thing I can say is I don't know why this continues to happen to us, but I couldn't be more proud of the men and women that show up every day and they deliver safety to this county, and they are the true heroes in this picture, along with Deputy Nuñez, and God bless him. No, Rob asked if he was responding to the call solo. He was not. We had numerous deputies. When you have a man with a gun call, and here, fortunately, in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, we do have very good staffing here. So there were a number of deputies that, frankly, within seconds and moments, were on scene when the shooting occurred. Right now, we don't know any of that. There could be a possibility. We were setting up, as you can imagine, when these things happen, it's our responsibility to contain potential violence. So setting up a perimeter and not letting that violence get out beyond there. For him to leave in the motorcycle played something entirely different in the middle of the Rancho Station deputies and other responding allied agencies responding to try to lock down a perimeter. And when you don't know where the suspect is, you have to use time. Do we go out 2 blocks, 3 blocks, those types of things? Those were the active decisions that were being made. And I can tell you as a sheriff, I couldn't be more proud to listen to our folks who are boots on the ground, including Deputy Nuñez, as he went on scene and trying to take care of this community to put all of us in the right places. I can't share anything about him right now. We're still forensically trying to positively ID him. I can tell you probably within the next 24 hours, though, we'll make sure we get that all. It's important to us. I know it's important to all of you. And also with some more circumstances, if we can, that are surrounding that domestic violence in the original call. And hopefully try to bring sense to something that really is senseless at this point.
That's what I was wondering. Do we know the relationship between him and the woman and that original call yet, or do we just know it's domestic?
That I don't know. It sounded like it was a domestic call at this point, and that's what I want to give all of you as soon as we can, is what is that relationship? Is it husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, acquaintance? We're still in the middle of that.
What can the community do to help you and your department and Deputy Nuñez?
Folks, if we could all pray for the deputy sheriffs that are doing the hard work for us out there day in and day out, and pray for their safety. Since I've been the sheriff, this is, I think, my 81st officer-involved shooting. There's a tremendous amount of violence out there. We're proactively trying to prevent this violence. If you guys go out and look up the statistics of our area here in San Bernardino County, we're recovering ghost guns. The deputies are out doing a brilliant job trying to proactively police and get to the criminal element before they get to our citizens. And I can tell you right now, 100% I support it. I support going after the criminals before they get to us. and I support it vehemently. And I don't want to see this happen to another one of my deputies or any of our citizens in this county. And we're going to continue to do the hard job. We're going to continue to take on the criminal element, and we're not going to take no for an answer. We're not going to get mixed up in politics. We're going to go out and do the job, and we are going to be unapologetic for doing that job.
Sheriff, right upon the arrival of Deputy Nuñez and the shooting occurred, at what time were the backup deputies arriving?
From my knowledge of the call, and this is again preliminary information, I'm talking within seconds and moments. They're all arriving at the same time. That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon here in the city of Rancho because of the number of employees that we have patrolling at any given time. And again, being a patrolman is a very dangerous situation, as you can imagine. Like Rob was talking about earlier, you really don't know what you're going to get into. So they're the first line of defense, and as the rest respond, now we can start rolling out. Do we need a perimeter? Do we need to put more people on the threat, so to speak, that type of thing? And unfortunately, as this spelled out so fast, when we're talking about Deputy Nuñez, we had him in a helicopter and it took us 6 minutes to get him here. So everything was being done trying to do the best we can to take care of our deputy, and then at the same time simultaneously locking that place down. So heaven forbid we have a gunman on the loose that could hurt a citizen. And I'm very thankful that things ended the way they are, that I'm not reporting to you that the suspect is at large. And I couldn't be more proud of the deputies and our allied agencies, the CHP, and all the folks that regularly help us, Fontana PD, Rialto. I mean, we have a great working relationship in this county, and they are a blessing to all of us. And the easiest way I can describe that relationship to all of you is when any of our partners ever need help on a tragic day like today, the answer is always yes before the phone rings. Hey folks, thank you for covering this. I will make sure we get you more information. I know we did leave some open questions here, but please know they're questions for me as well. And please know that right now we're going to be taking care of that family, making sure they get everything we need. And more importantly, we're going to make sure that we deliver Deputy Nuñez home. And God bless all of you. Thank you for your time.